Hi, my dear students. Very warm welcome to all. This is Murthy. Welcome to my channel Raghav Math E-Learning. In today's video, we would be discussing the basic maths which are required to solve the problems. So many of the students, without having this knowledge, they are trying to solve the problems and finally they feel math is a problem. So I decided to give the basic knowledge to all the students which are useful to solve the problems. So many of you can solve equations. So linear equation or quadratic equation or whatever it may be, we can solve the equations. Where we commit mistakes. So whenever some inequations are there so many of the students commit mistakes. So suppose a quadratic is there, x square minus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. So you all know how to solve this equation. So that is, you can get x minus 1 into x minus 2 equal to 0, and the solutions are x equal to 1 or 2. So these are the solutions for this quadratic equation. Suppose the question is something like 2x plus 3 is less than 5. Write the solution set. Suppose it is an equation here. Coming to this, you can write it as 2x less than 2 and you can get x less than 1, is it? So x less than 1. So what are the solutions for this? Can you write the solutions as a list? It's not possible. That is the reason we use the concept of intervals. So intervals concept. We have 4 types of intervals. The first is closed A, closed B. So closed interval A to closed interval B. So the meaning of closed interval A to closed interval B is A less than or equal to x less than or equal to B. Means you can take x values between A and B and also AB included. The next one is open interval. So x belongs to open interval AB. So open interval AB means simply we take A less than x less than B. So here also you can take all the values between A and B, but here A and B are excluded. So you should remember that closed interval, suppose closed interval B means B also included. Open interval B means B is not included in that. Like that we have semi-closed, semi-open intervals. Those are x belongs to open interval A, closed interval B. So means A less than x less than or equal to B. Here you see that for B we have closed interval, so B is included. Suppose if it is x belongs to closed A, open B, means A less than or equal to x less than B. So here A is included, but we don't take B, and we can take all the values between A and B. So to give solutions for linear inequations, in most of the cases we use the concept of intervals. So here we got x less than 1. So x less than 1 means what? I am taking a real line. Suppose it is minus infinity and this is plus infinity, and here we have 1. So what is the answer we got? X less than 1. So x less than 1 means all the numbers less than 1 are solutions to this inequation. So how to represent that solution set? That is, x belongs to open interval minus infinity to open interval 1. Why open interval? Here you see that x less than 1. So we can't take equal to 1. Is it right? So 1 is not included. So I have taken open interval 1. So here the solution set for this is x belongs to open interval minus infinity to 1. Suppose the inequation is something x square minus 3x plus 2 greater than 0. So while solving a question, suppose you arrive at this step, then how to do that? So you can take it as x minus 1 into x minus 2 greater than 0. So for this we have some direct rules. If you remember that easily, you can give the answer. Otherwise you can follow real line method, that is also very easy. So now I am going through that method. So just you take the real line. So it is minus infinity and it is plus infinity. So here x values are 1 and 2. Okay. So now here you see that these two values divides the entire real line into three parts. So here first you take one value between minus infinity and 1. So you put one value in this inequation which is in between minus infinity and 1. So you can take 0. Suppose if I take x 0, then it is negative, it is negative. So negative into negative, positive. So here we got positive. Like that, between 1 and 2, you take one number and you put that in this inequation, you get negative. And here from 2 to infinity, you take any number and you put that in this inequation, you can get positive. Now here what we want the values of x, so that x minus 1 into x minus 2 greater than 0. So here you can give the answer greater than 0 means what we want positive. So here where it is giving positive values, so between minus infinity to 1, so x belongs to open interval minus infinity to 1 union 2 to infinity. So this is solution set for this inequation. Or suppose the inequation is something x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3 less than 0. So it is a cubic inequation. So for this also same. So first you mark them on real line. Suppose it is minus infinity and this is plus infinity. You take the values 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So here you see that first you take one value between minus infinity and 1. So that is 0. You put 0 in this inequation. Then what you get? Here it will be negative, negative, negative. So totally it is negative. So you can change the sign alternatively. So simply you take like this, plus, minus and plus. Now what we want? Less than 0. Less than 0 means what? Negative. So where it is giving negative values, so the answer is x belongs to minus infinity 1 union 2 to 3. So this is the solution set to this. Have a note. Suppose the problem is x minus 2 by x minus 3 greater than 0. We have to solve this. So many of the students commit mistake. Just they do cross multiplication and they will write x minus 2 greater than 0. That is wrong. So many of the students, they do this type of mistake. Suppose the problem is something 2 by x greater than 1. While solving one problem, you arrive at this step. So most of the students directly they write 2 greater than x. That is not correct. That is wrong. Or suppose if it is something x minus 2 by x minus 1 greater than 3. Then most of the students they do x minus 2 greater than 3x minus 3. Means they do cross multiplication and they try to solve that. So that is not correct. You don't commit such type of silly mistakes. So here what is happening you observe. Coming to inequations, we have one golden rule, that is, suppose if a is greater than b, both sides if you add one number, there is no change in inequation sign. Or if you subtract one number, then also there is no change in inequation sign. But if you multiply one inequation with a negative sign, or if you divide one inequation with a negative sign, then inequation sign reversed. So you must be very careful. If you multiply with a negative sign, inequation sign changes, then you can get minus a, this greater than become less than minus b. But here you observe that here in denominator we have x minus 3. So blindly you are doing multiplication with 0. So before going for that multiplication, you have any knowledge about sign of x minus 3? No. Whether x minus 3 is positive or negative, we don't know. So without knowing that, how you can go for cross multiplication? Suppose if it is negative, then this greater than become less than. So that is the reason you don't go for cross multiplications in inequations without having the knowledge of sign of that denominator. So here what we have to do for this? Suppose if it is a by b greater than 0. If a by b greater than 0, simply you take a into b greater than 0. See, a by b positive. So if both numerator and denominator positive, it is positive. Or both numerator and denominator negative, it is positive. So both positive means a into b also positive. Both negative means a into b is positive. So simply you take ab greater than 0. So while solving any question, if you arrive at the step like a by b greater than 0, simply you take a into b greater than 0. Or if it is a by b less than 0, there you write a into b less than 0. So already I am telling you, don't do cross multiplication. Why? Because we don't know whether b is positive or negative. That is the reason you multiply with b, both numerator and denominator. What happens? ab by b square greater than 0. Is it? Now you observe the denominator b square. So are you sure it is positive? Yes. So you can do cross multiplication. What you can get? ab greater than 0. See, here I did cross multiplication. Why? Because I am aware of the sign of b square, that is positive. That is the reason I went for cross multiplication and I got a into b greater than 0. So in any problem, if you arrive at a by b greater than 0, you take a into b greater than 0. If it is a by b less than 0, means numerator positive, denominator negative, or numerator negative, denominator positive. So here if you take a into b, then you can get positive into negative, that is negative, so less than 0. Otherwise you can apply this technique. Multiply both numerator and denominator with b. What you can get? ab by b square less than 0. See, we know the sign of b square. B square always positive. So do cross multiplication. What you can get? Then you can get ab less than 0. So you remember, very important, while solving any problem, if you arrive at a by b greater than 0, simply you take a into b greater than 0. If it is a by b less than 0, you take a into b less than 0. So coming to this, the first one is x minus 2 by x minus 3 greater than 0. It is like what? A by b greater than 0. Don't do cross multiplication. So what you have to write? A by b greater than 0. So a into b greater than 0. That is x minus 2 into x minus 3 greater than 0. You know how to solve this inequation. Already we discussed. That is, here it is 2 and it is 3. It is infinity and it is minus infinity. You take any one value in any one of the intervals here. So between minus infinity and 2, 0 we have. So you put 0 in this inequation, then you can get negative into negative, that is positive. So no need of verifying the remaining. Alternatively, you change the sign, that will be correct. So negative and positive. So what we want here? Greater than 0. So you can take that x belongs to where it is greater than 0 means what? Positive. So where it is positive? So that is minus infinity to 2 union 3 to infinity. Suppose the problem is second one, 2 by x greater than 1. So 2 by x greater than 1. So don't do cross multiplication and you don't write 2 greater than x. That is not correct. Why? Because we are not aware of the sign of x. So that is the reason, instead of doing cross multiplication, shift 1 to left hand side. Then what you can get? 2 by x minus 1 greater than 0. So you simplify this. What you get? 2 minus x by x greater than 0. Once you observe this, is it like a by b greater than 0? So if a by b greater than 0, what we do? We write a into b greater than 0. So it is 2 minus x into x greater than 0. So here again you take real line. So it is minus infinity and infinity. X values are, one is 0 and other is 2. Now you take any value in any one of the intervals. Suppose between minus infinity and 0, you take x minus 1. Yes, is it? Is minus 1 there between minus infinity and 0? So you put x equal to minus 1. Then here if you take x minus 1, it become positive. It become negative. Positive into negative. So here it is negative. Alternatively change the sign. Positive and then negative. So what we want? Positive. So where it is positive? Between 0 and 2. So the answer for this is x belongs to open interval 0 and open interval 2. This is the answer to this problem. And suppose if it is third one, x minus 2 by x minus 1 greater than 3. So here also you don't do cross multiplication. What we do? Shift 3 to left hand side. Then what you can get? X minus 2 by x minus 1 minus 3 greater than 0. So it is x minus 2 minus 3x plus 3 by x minus 1 greater than 0. So what we got here, you see. So 3 minus 2, 1 minus 2x by x minus 1 greater than 0. You know how to solve this inequation. Is it like a by b greater than 0? So what we write? A into b greater than 0. So you can take that 1 minus 2x into x minus 1 greater than 0. Just you take real line and mark the points on real line. Those are what? 1 by 2 and 1. Okay. Now you choose any value in any one of the intervals and you verify where it is positive or negative. So between minus infinity to 1 by 2, 0 is there. So you take x 0. Here it is 1. If you take x 0, it becomes minus 1. So 1 into minus 1, it is negative. So change the sign alternatively. So it is positive. And this is what? Negative. So what we want? We want positive. So where it is positive? 1 by 2 and 1. So the answer to this is open interval 1 by 2 to 1 by 2 to 1. So once you go through this, and you should remember these rules and you don't commit this type of mistakes. So you all know about logarithm function. Log a to the base b equal to x, then a is equal to b power x. So this is the general rule. You all know about that. So leave it. Actually now we are dealing with inequations. Suppose while solving any problem, if you arrive at log a to the base b greater than x, then so many of the students blindly they will write a greater than b power x. But this concept is, if you write this, that may be wrong. Okay, so why? Now we discuss. Here we have the concept of increasing and decreasing functions. Listen carefully. Suppose a curve is like this. Once you observe the curve, is it increasing function? Yes, it is increasing function. Okay. So here, suppose I am taking this is x1, or for understanding, suppose I am taking this is 2. Okay. And it is 10. At 2, the functional value is f of 2, is it? So it is 2 comma f of 2. At 10, the functional value is 10 comma f of 10, is it? So at 2, functional value is f of 2. So this is f of 2. At 10, functional value is what? F of 10. Once you observe this, is f of 10 greater than f of 2? Yes. So here f of 10 is greater than f of 2. Suppose you remove the function on both sides. If you remove this function on both sides, is it increasing function or decreasing function? Increasing function. Suppose blindly I am going to remove the function on both sides. What I get? 10 greater than 2. Is it correct? Yes, it is correct. So if you remove increasing function on both sides, then there is no change in inequation sign. So inequation sign remains same if you remove increasing function on both sides, or if you add increasing function, then there is no change in inequation sign. Suppose I am taking one decreasing function. Decreasing function in the sense, see here, suppose the graph of one function is like this. Is it a decreasing curve or not? Yes, it is decreasing curve. Suppose I am taking this is 1. Okay, here this is 10, right? So at 1, what is the functional value? F of 1. At 10, what is the functional value? f of 10. Is it? So here you observe which is greater, f of 1 or f of 10? Yes, f of 1 is greater. So here f of 1 greater than f of 10. Suppose you remove the function on both sides, and also we know that it is a decreasing function. If you remove the function on both sides, suppose blindly if you write, what we got? 1 greater than 10. Is 1 greater than 10? Wrong. So it is not correct. But what? 1 less than 10. So here what happened, you observe? Greater than become less than. So you must be very careful if you deal with some increasing functions or decreasing functions in inequations. You must be very careful. If that function is increasing function, there is no change in inequation sign, but if it is decreasing function, inequation sign changes. So here you observe that log a to the base b greater than x. Is log function increasing function or decreasing function? First you have to know that. Listen carefully. Suppose now I am going to draw the graph of log x to the base a. The graph of log x base a. Suppose if a is greater than 1, if the base is more than 1, the graph of log x will be like this. You observe this now. Is it increasing curve or decreasing curve? Yes, it is increasing curve. When it is increasing curve, base is more than 1. You must remember that. So, if base is more than 1, this is the graph of log function. So, base is more than 1, log x base a is what function? Increasing function. So, here it is increasing function. Suppose if base is in between 0 and 1, base is in between 0 and 1, then the graph of log x. So here base is in between 0 and 1, then the graph of log x base a. So you know that log 1. So log 1 is 0. Here the curve will be like this. Is it increasing curve or decreasing curve? Yes, it is decreasing curve. So if base is in between 0 and 1, log x is decreasing function. Base is more than 1, log x is increasing function. So when you deal with logarithm function in one inequation, first you should know whether it is increasing function or decreasing function. Suppose log a to the base b greater than x, or b is more than 1. So if b more than 1, base is more than 1, logarithm function is what function? Increasing function. So it is increasing function. So here it is increasing function. So if you remove logarithm, there is no change in inequation sign. So you can get a greater than b power x. Suppose if 0 less than b less than 1, then you should write a. Now it is decreasing function na? So if base is in between 0 and 1, that is decreasing function. So here it is decreasing function. So greater than become what? Less than b power x. So while solving any question, if you arrive at log x base 2 greater than 3, there is a need of finding x value, then by that time you observe the base. Base is what? 2. Is it more than 1? Yes. So increasing function. No change in inequation sign. Simply you remove the logarithm and write x greater than 2 cube. So answer is x greater than 8. So answer is x belongs to open interval 8 to infinity. It is the answer to this inequation. Suppose the function is log x base 0.2 is greater than 2. Log x base 0.2 greater than 2. You have to solve it. You observe the base. Is the base in between 0 and 1? Yes, it is in between 0 and 1. So it is a decreasing function. So log is decreasing function if base is in between 0 and 1. So it is decreasing function. So if you remove the logarithm, then inequation sign changes. So x, we are going to remove this log function. So greater than become less than, and it is 0.2 whole square. So you must be very careful and you don't commit this type of mistake. Blindly you don't write or blindly you don't deal with logarithm inequations. If base is more than 1, then the function is increasing function. Base is in between 0 and 1, that is decreasing function. I am sure now onwards you don't commit this type of silly mistakes. Hope you all enjoy this session. In my next video, I will come with the remaining basic parts, that is the inequations with mod functions and the inequations with greatest integer function, that is step function. So subscribe my channel and share it to all your friends, and you don't forget click the bell icon to get latest updates. Thank you. Have a nice day.